I get to share one of my favorite topics, and that is expanding your network. A lot of what we do in this business, any business for that matter, is you're constantly looking for more people that are looking for what you have. We have a saying that we say, look for the lookers. And oftentimes people don't wear t-shirts that say, I need to lose weight, or I need to make more income, or I'm $200 away from making my car payments or paying my bills, right? People don't advertise those things. So we need to let people know that you exist, that your brand exists, that you can help people with either products or you could help them financially with the opportunity. So oftentimes we can kind of go through our warm market and share the opportunity product line, with our friends, family, with their friends and family. I call that the tertiary ring. So your friends' friends, right? Still kind of in your warm market, but maybe you were connected to them for a season or a lifetime ago, and they're not necessarily warm where you haven't had a recent conversation. It would be a bit tacky to just message somebody like that out of the blue if they're not truly in your current life network of that season. So it's important to make sure that you're also messaging people first and foremost and sharing with people that you know first and foremost that you have relationships with. And beyond that, it just takes time to build more relationships with others. So your warm market, let's just say hypothetically, that gets kind of exhausted by you sharing. I don't truly believe that. I always believe there's more of our network we just haven't quite tapped into yet. Going through your cell phone, going through your Facebook contacts, going through LinkedIn, Instagram, so many social media platforms in today's day and age, there's probably always somebody you haven't shared with yet. However, if you're feeling like you're in a spot where you need to expand that network, here are some tips that you can follow to make sure that you're doing the right things in that regard. I just know I always use this analogy. I ran and operated owned gyms myself for 13 years. And if I had relied on the clients that walked through the gym doors that came through the first year, if I had relied on them in my 13th year, I would have been out of business year 2, maybe year 7. So with some clients, I did have some OG members that stayed in the gym for a long, long time. But the whole point is when you own a business, brick and mortar or an online business, you have to keep sharing that you're in business, that you have an opportunity. You've seen there was a season of people that were out on, busier street corners with signs and getting attention to do business somewhere. We're kind of doing that. We're trying to get the word out. We're trying to put our virtual signs out. Hey, we're in business. We can help you. But you don't want to come across as a creepy sign blower guy. You want to make sure, girl, whatever, you want to make sure that you're doing it in a classy, respectful way so people want to do business with you. You have to earn their trust. So in doing so, some tips on social media are making sure that you're liking and commenting on total strangers' posts. And one way that I like to make sure that I'm even looking for people that might be looking for what I have, I might go into Instagram. I like using Instagram as a platform because I can search for specific hashtags. I can search for fitness, and maybe even, fitness friend or anything that would fit with something health and wellness, fitness motivation. There's all these things that pop up, all these people that pop up that have something to do with fitness. Now, I don't know this person, this poor Susie Q that I'm going to use as an example. And of course, I chose someone with 1 million followers practically. That's maybe not somebody that I would message actually, but let's just say hypothetically, that I might follow and then start liking, engaging, where I become visible to Susie. I might even message and say something along the lines of, has anybody shared Q with you yet? You seem like a perfect fit for what this company is doing. And they're looking for people like you to expand the brand. But I typically find people that have anywhere from 100 followers to, 5,000, 10,000 followers. I don't typically look for people that have 1 million followers because they probably already are getting paid to do extraordinary things. That is a big assumption. I know that, but I'm looking for people to engage with, and you should do the same. So liking and commenting on anybody that you want to build a relationship with is going to increase your visibility to where they see you, and they're going to start watching your stories, your posts, your reels, whatever it is that you're doing. By the way, reels are popular now, right? That could be a season of that. This industry is constantly changing. So that's what's working right now for visibility. So you want to make sure that you're asking some support team members on how you can increase your reels potential. Chatting with total strangers and adding them to your funnel is always key when you're out and about physically, grocery store, in school pickup lines, soccer games, whatever you're already doing in your life, integrating conversations with people and then adding them to your follow-up folder. I like to add little things. People always ask, what do you do? And you can say what you do for your career, but I'm really passionate about what I do on, the weekends or something. And they're kind of like, oh, what's that? Right? I say I'm with the #1 fastest growing health and wellness company. We ship into 24 countries and it's really exciting. Something easy. I kind of just slip in there and I wait for more questions to be asked of me. And I'll always try to eventually lead with some sort of sampling, something like that. Now, another thing I like to do is I like to make sure that my stories are consistent on Instagram and shared to Facebook. And then I'll pop in and you can actually see who's following your stories. You can see if there's 5 people checking out your story on a daily basis or all throughout your day and your night. You can see if there's 500 people checking out your stories, right? Those are the people that are probably interested in what you're putting out there. So those are ones that are great people to just kind of message and ask the questions, hey, how are you? What do you like to do? Ask things about them. Again, building the relationship and trust is key in any business, especially this one. When you're meeting people online, there isn't that established trust yet. And you want to take people from the cold market, complete strangers, and kind of warm them up through the process to where they become a warm, hot market type prospect. So that's really what we do. We take people from not knowing to knowing what this is and how we can supplement their life some way, some shape, some form, if we're listening and figuring out what a pain point or a hot button might be. I hope this has helped you in terms of expanding your network. The other little thing I like to do, another tip is making sure that you are, volunteering. It always makes me feel good when I volunteer and do and help charities and help organizations, non-for-profit, things like that. My daughter and I actually this year have been involved in one together. So that's really special. And believe it or not, I've gotten several customers, and actually ambassador business partner as well, because of that volunteer work. So hopefully this has helped you. And I'm always happy to answer more questions on this topic.